The following is an interview I conducted with CROSSROADS, a longtime supporter of the channel, and it's the type of format that I will be transitioning over towards. Please head on over to his channel and subscribe. A link in the description will be included. As for that, unfortunately I was not too familiar with Zoom. It's a damn shame, but my logo unfortunately hogs up the entire screen. That won't be the case in the future. As always, please like, subscribe, and share. Turn on that notification bell. Enjoy.
In the end, it became way too much, and I kind of came over to your side in terms of like socially distancing myself from social media, because it's I found it to be exceedingly toxic. It just there's no benefit, there's no yield from it anymore. And I mean, I don't care what kind of creator you are, if you start to see your views suppressed or even stolen directly in front of your eyes, like I have, I mean, regardless of what anyone says, it starts to affect you, because you're just like, I can't seem to grow organically. For a long time, you and I couldn't crack the 1,000, and then, you know what I mean? Like, we gain 5 subs or 10 subs, and then we lose 15. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, I still haven't cracked 1,000, and this is what I've been doing on my videos. Like I don't write anything of any value in the explanation or the description.
Right. I learned my lesson from that too. Yeah.
And then in the tags, I'll just put like, don't like, it's, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever crack 1,000. It's irrelevant to me because just like you said, for me, it's just become, there's just nothing redeeming on social media anymore. It's just another excuse to get I don't know, bent out of shape. Oh, I didn't get the subs, or it doesn't work right. Much less all the the people that are saying things that just sort of set you off anyway.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, I went through a whole cleansing process where I started just unsubscribing en masse to a lot of channels, because I'm like, every single time this channel like pops up on my screen, it pisses me off with its headline, or I just really don't like the creator, so it's like, why am I still subbed to them? There's no, whatever mutual benefit there was at one point in time, it's long gone. They don't even remember me, and I certainly really don't care to remember them anymore. So it's like, why do I continually trigger myself? And I would even say that YouTube gaslights creators against each other. I would go so far as to say that, because it, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's just a very strange way that I don't know, maybe it's based on who you are subbed to or something, because I've had so many people say, I recommend your videos, and then I'm unsubbed, or the people say they never got my link. And then so you'll think, man, I had a good relationship with this channel and they didn't respond to my reply or something like that. And granted, that happens from time to time. People are busy and they have their own lives, but come to find out, they did respond, and I just never got the notification. So, you start to harbor like a little bit of feelings, but if you don't go directly follow up, or you don't have a personal contact with the creator outside of YouTube, because they got rid of the damn end-to-end talk on YouTube for, I think, a very strategic reason.
That's right.
So there's no way. And I mean, think about it. I mean, it's Google, and Alphabet is the parent company, and they don't have the capacity to have for 2 channels to talk privately. So you don't have to necessarily talk in the chats and reveal personal information. It's just ridiculous. So, it's a monopoly at the end of the day, and all these other seemingly normal features, I would imagine, are just, you have to outsource them to third-party apps, or just go out of your way to make it happen. So I don't know, but that's
interesting. I never thought about that. Gaslighting channels or viewers against one another. I mean, this is how you and I ended up crossing paths. A year and a half ago. It was based on a comment problem that I was having, and I just sort of, hey, can you help me with this? Do you know anything about it? And my comments wouldn't show up, And like,
Mm-hmm.
like, what do you mean Google? How do you not have the, the quality of equipment or software or whatever? I mean, these things obviously should work 100% at all times. You're Google.
For sure. For
And of
sure.
course they don't. There's always this. There's a glitch here. And I don't know how many times I've seen comments, and I don't know, maybe people put them up and then edit or just pull them back down. Maybe
For
that's
sure.
because I'll see it in the little icon, and then I can read like half the comment, and then I go to the comments and it's gone. I'm like, did Google just pull that
Right.
down? Did they erase it themselves? And then I don't respond because there's nothing to respond to, and they probably
Yeah.
take offense to that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because what I think it does, it's very strategic. What people that are just coming to your channel, they say, hey, I really like your video, whatever. Since they're a new sub, they're not used to your schedule or whatever. If you have a schedule per se or whatever, so new subs, I think it deletes their comments, and then so they don't get a reply from you, and they're like, well, I mean, there's so many damn different channels that people are usually subscribed to. So if they don't have that feedback from you, then they forget about your channel, pure and simple. They don't remember you. And then not only that, if they turn off the recommendations, even if they've recommended you, because they do that all the time, people say, I find channels that I'm sub to, and suddenly it doesn't notify me. It takes off the notifications because it's so stupid. If you're sub to a channel, you obviously want to know, hey, when are they uploading again?
Right.
And I can understand specifying because you don't want to necessarily watch every single channel when you get a notification. But YouTube is it's what I call it's planned obsolescence, or it's intentional to a certain degree that it's designed to be this way. And so it's deleting comments. There was a great expose from an individual who allegedly had contact within YouTube itself, and they said, YouTube, if your channel is one of the channels that is flagged, what it'll do is it'll upload every 10th view. So you'll only get every 10th view count, if not even less. And then of course it removes the like ratio. And I know it's YouTube because unfortunately what they do is they also, I guess the algorithm's programmed where it removes the dislike. So I'll get two people that dislike it right off the bat, but then their dislikes disappear, but also my likes disappear. So it's like, I'm like, YouTube done did it again, So
This is crazy. I never thought about this. And then what you were saying, like if you have a new sub, and they send you a comment, and then, for whatever reason you don't respond, and then there's no way to contact them directly, even though you can see.
Nope.
I mean, yeah. Why on earth would they have disconnected that feature? I mean, obviously,
we know why.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Even worse is like I do have I have the notifications, and sometimes what I do is I turn them off and turn them back on again, and sometimes it jump starts it. And here's the thing about it is you can't even really prove this, but there's almost millions of channels that talk about the same thing, but I'm supposed to get notifications when a channel that I have the notification bell turned on, I'm supposed to get that notification. And so there was one channel in particular, I said, hey man, I think I was on a vibe where I was contacting you and other channels, like, let's start something. Let's just screen record and see what happens. Gonzo or whatever. And so this one channel, I'm like, hey man, let's set up an interview. For sure, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't get anything from him. And so I'm thinking, man, this freaking cocksucker, like he's who are you, like, to oh, you're too good to talk to me now or whatever. I go back like months later and he says, hey dude, when are you available? Like, let's do this. So I see that comment. I never got the notification. So I'm just like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
The whole time he wanted to talk to me. So it's like, I'm like, if there's a channel I really care about now, which is hard to keep up, obviously, with life, I'll check back from time to time, and I see not only have they hearted my comment, but they've replied extensively. I've had even people saying hello, like. And,
you just turn your notifications off and then turn it back on, and that.
Yeah, and it works with varying degrees of of success, because I mean that Al Gore's rhythm is getting more hip as time goes on.